And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Okay, before we get into fun rest of stuff, I want to re-roll the Robe of Many Useful Items because it's been the source of great hilarity to me personally. And I want to make sure that it's still being used. So the pit was used and the portable ram was being used. So now we need to determine how many...
It was, the whole and,
Okay, so roll 4d4 for me. And while I'm doing this, if Sean or UK has any questions about their characters or anything, I'm happy to deal with that as well.
Have you done like a summary just update as to where we are? I've completely forgotten the situation.
Sam,
yeah.
One second, which one's the roll again?
4d4.
4d4.
You just made a mess of the facility that seemingly is melting something. Hold on.
Sorry, 4d4 you said.
Oh, it was the beds. It was all the beds, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then we opened those big gates because they seem like we decided.
That was 4d10.
Shady, right?
Okay, 10. Okay, sweet. So that means... Oh, good rolls, though. Well, the extremities of rolls. So that's 10. So 8 because you've used 2 items already. So that means... I'll do a recap. Actually, I'll get you guys to tell me what you remember, and I'll fill in the gaps because it'll be funnier that way. So now I need you to roll 8 D100s R.S.
1d.
So
Roll
8 D100s. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so do you have a pen or something to write this down?
I'm just gonna use
the notes app on your character sheet would also work.
A computer. I feel like. Do you have a pen? Is a weird thing to say.
You're right. That was a silly question, but you know, I originally did DMing in real life, and I'm still shaking off all of those habits. So if you go to your D&D Beyond character sheet in the notes section, where you've currently got all the random items I've made up, like poop flasks and penis missiles, just add to that.
Someone's got a penis missile.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had a penis missile?
Ooh, okay, this is cool.
Penis.
In that case, you've got a spell scroll of speak with animals.
Yep.
And your next roll was a 40. So that means you have a wooden ladder that's 24 feet long. I don't know why I find that so funny. So that goes over there. 43, which means you have another wooden ladder of 24 feet in length. And then a 46 means a riding horse with saddlebags.
That's quite useful.
4. And then a bag of 100 gold pieces to just use for stuff. And then a third wooden ladder of 24 feet in length. You could like build a small pyramid out of ladders. 36. A fourth wooden ladder of 24 feet in length.
Yeah.
And then 35 is a 2 mastiffs.
So
it's a
very
patch.
ladder and sort of
Dog heavy.
Yeah. Very animal and ladder heavy.
It is. It really is. I think your previous roles were better, to be honest, but these are funnier, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, cannot wait until I can utilize those wooden ladders.
We've got portable rams, man. We're fine. Cool. So now, speak louder, please.
What are these? What are they?
Basically, before you joined your character, the half-orc named Smorgasbord, and found them in the Many Things Incorporated lobby.
Yeah.
Before that, they were in a mage's secret lair, and this mage had a robe of useful items hanging in his or her inner sanctum. And what the fuck? I can't remember. Milksteak grabbed it, and basically when you grab a robe of useful items, it summons a series of randomly assigned patches, and each patch can conjure the corresponding item that we just discussed into existence at a moment in which you might say it would be useful.
Okay.
Precisely.
Cool.
That feels like forever ago.
It
Oh,
really
yeah.
quite was, yeah.
I just remembered I had a boat.
Yeah, you had a rowboat, yeah.
Just
In
carrying
the
a
before
rope.
times.
But I kind of like 4 ladders as a replacement for 1 boat.
I'm sure you could fashion a boat out of one.
Although, to balance it out, I'm pretty sure last time you had less items overall, but they were more useful. Whereas this time you rolled quite a high number of items, but there were a lot of duplicates. Okay, so what do you guys remember of this? Remember, you took a portal with Rick out of the labyrinth that you'd arrived at by using the portal gun, and Rick proceeded to turn into a tiny, like, doll that allows you to add, I think, +10 to your intelligence once per day. And you were in a trash compactor very similar to, like, Star Wars style with a creature in it. And you escaped and proceeded to, like, meander around this place, eventually meeting up with some Intiants that you recognized their race, but they didn't seem to recognize you. They took you to their leader, who seemed to understand that you were involved in the organization as One-Eyed Jacks, and then said, well, stay in our living quarters and I'll contact HQ to figure out what to do with you. You then proceeded to use that to investigate their facility, and you found a secret room that contained sort of, what were they? They were like nodes, like arcane exchange nodes that are meant to be part of a longer pipeline that I don't think you discovered the meaning of. Do you guys remember any of that?
No, not really. The only thing I regret is that we didn't blow that up. I wish we had some explosives and shit and done something.
I'm sure you had explosives, right? From the cog world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, it must
That's
have.
okay.
But then we opened up these gates, right? And then we left. So we're standing and it's just like mountains and shit outside.
Yeah, you're literally being chased out, I think, by, well, not chased, but sort of chased, because you opened these gates and left in the middle of the night and slowly alerted people to your presence, and then successfully deceived one of them into thinking that everything was fine, and he ran away. And then that's where we are at the moment. You're leaving this facility out into a snowy landscape. So that's where we rejoin the action. Do you continue running ahead with this facility behind you?
Yeah, I still feel like there's something up with these Entians and with those cog people, you know, with all that weird mission that went sideways and all that. So I think we should get away.
What's outside like? Because at the moment we can't really see what's to the left,
Let me see if I can find you a representation.
like other side of the gate.
Basically,
What can we
what you
see?
see is and I will show you a new map. You see a snow-covered landscape high up, perched on a series of kind of, they seem like platforms, like mountain plateaus, but hugely separate. Like they're not part of a mountain range. It's just a series of plateaus. I'll show you a little bit of what I mean. You can't see very far because it's still kind of snowy out here, so your visibility is somewhat limited, but you see like a cliff edge right beside you, and you can tell that the rocky platform that you're on is high up and not particularly wide.
What's the platform? How big? I still don't quite understand where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine here, right, behind you is the facility. You're about 30 feet away.
Okay.
You're 30 feet away, and this is what you see when you left it.
Okay. And we can just progress down the hill or something down, or
It's kind of like a hill, but it's more like a plateau,
Mountain.
like the top of a
okay.
thing.
we
So-
will die.
Okay, So is there somewhere I can see that I think we can like hide? Because I feel like we need to just like get behind somewhere and hide so we can talk about what the fuck we're doing because they're on our heels, isn't it?
And they still
So
chase
is there
You get the sense that they are pursuing you, but you don't know how far they intend to do so.
So let's find somewhere to hide. Can we have a look around?
Make
See
a
if we can
survival
find a
check to
place.
determine hiding spots, please.
all of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Great.
Oh, nice.
wait,
Okay. So,
Good job, Sean.
Asker, you're a little distracted by how cold it is, and you suddenly remember you fashioned a piece of warm clothing out of a bedroll that would be appropriate for this circumstance. And Milksteak, you're seemingly sort of like distracted by this sudden change in environment from a warm, spurious facility to the drenching cold. Whereas Smorgasborden, his bulky form hasn't even felt the cold yet, and he notices immediately that there is a sheltered area roughly in this direction. There's like it's up against a cliff that goes from this platform up, so you could probably get some shelter there. Like the lee of a mountain.
Let's go get some
Let's
shelter.
leg it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
leg
let's
it.
do
We'll get some shelter. We'll hide. We'll regroup. We'll get over the incident that just occurred, and we'll talk.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
Okay, with a 23 survival, Smorgasborden can find a nook where you appear to be hidden from your pursuers, so you can all roll stealth with advantage to try to throw them off the scent. Oh yeah, natural 20 from Asker. Suddenly focused,
dear.
now that he's put on his bedroll jacket, he just dives into the snow.
I'm glad that was with the advantage there.
Yeah, we've got a 13 from
Sure.
Smorgasborden, who's still stoked at his ability to find this location and is jumping up and down with joy. And then we've got a 4 from Milksteak, but luckily it's a group check. So the natural 20 and the 13 are enough that you've managed to throw off your pursuers as you see them sort of go roughly in your direction, circle around a couple of times, and then head back to their warm facility. Their robes don't appear to be snow appropriate.
Good.
Right. Well, I'll start by putting my snow gear on.
You have a snow
Okay.
gear. Jesus.
What's there again?
You
So-
all
so
had
you-
that previously, I think, right?
Yeah, I made you some, bro.
Oh yeah, yes you did.
Where would
Good
it be?
man.
I don't think you would have added it to your inventory. It was more like a narrative
No.
description.
Yeah, yeah. But I definitely
So, okay.
cherished it.
It's up to me to keep it up here.
You need a very good man.
So,
Okay.
so what do we do now then? Because we just punched a few of them and ran. So we
Did
don't
we
want to go
punch
back.
it up?
But yeah, I sort of did. Yeah.
We tactically disposed of one in sauerkraut container as far as I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're probably going to frown upon that a bit.
You think?
Yeah.
You disposed of one in sauerkraut containers? When did that happen?
You don't
Yeah,
remember?
remember, like, I saw one sneaking up, like, walking towards them. Oh no, he came up and talked to me, and I convinced him that I'm not, I'm just hanging out. You should go look for whatever that was. So he wandered over to the other side towards them. So I snuck up behind him, punched him in the head, and then we took him into the kitchen and put him in a sauerkraut container.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I thought you meant chopped him up into little pieces and put him in small jars, but it was like a big barrel of like food storage.
That would have been better, wouldn't it?
That would have been.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't have found him for days.
It would have been much more time consuming though, and you guys were essentially scurrying around an unknown facility, in the middle of the night.
I'm sure there's a
think-
spell that would have done.
Vague feeling that they weren't that aggressive towards us, were they? Like we were.
Not at all. They're just weird and sneaky. It's like
Yeah.
they're lying. They're hiding shit, and there's something that they're not telling us.
Something not
And
quite
I don't
right.
like. Because when everything went sideways at that HQ, and with how nothing was what we thought it would be at the cog people's place, and now he needed to contact HQ to see what to do with us. Like, what's that mean? Do with us?
Yeah.
I don't trust that guy at
I mean,
all.
I am intrigued as to see what they were planning, because it's like that episode of Simpsons where we might have ruined like heaven by being too suspicious. But yeah, it's not worth going back to find out.
I mean, maybe we can go back, but maybe we sneak back in or something. I don't know if we can, but like, and
Sabotage them.
yeah, or figure out figure shit out.
What was that phrase?
Sabotage.
Oh, sabotage.
Yeah.
I thought you said pebble dash.
Haberdash? Make them hats?
Do we know at all what time of the day is it?
You can make another survival check or an intelligence check, depending on which you prefer.
They look to be the same.
Okay. With a 9, you feel a little disoriented, and rightly so, by the fact that you went to a land of cogs and clockwork people, then went back to the dimension of the Many Things Incorporated headquarters, or presumably headquarters, then used a portal gun to go to a different dimension, presumably, and then came to this dimension. So your understanding of the time zone changes is a little muffled. So you would say if this place has a day-night cycle, it's day? You can also all make a perception check at this point, as you've huddled in the lee of this cliff to gather your faculties somewhat.
Poor throws.
Oh god.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll.
So Asker and Smorgasborden are just kind of rubbing their hands together going, whoo, it's cold. And Milksteak is thinking, yeah, it is. And, oh, there's a cliff over there. You basically see this far. So that's all you notice.
Let's go and spectate. Let's go and see if we can see more around us. Figure out, is there like a town anywhere nearby?
A higher ground. Is possible.
Always needs the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can walk around the kind of perimeter of the cliff.
Yeah, and just sort of scout and see what else we...
Okay, give me 1 second. A bridge across a chasm.
Is it chasm or is it a chasm?
I'm going to put my money on chasm, but I am willing to put that money at risk. I am, you could say, confident.
Or confidant.
I am also that if you have any salacious details you want to share with me.
I mean, I'm just full of great word knowledge.
I can tell. I can see that.
The fact that I said word knowledge as well is even better.
This is good. I'm glad we're doing this
Okay.
again. I've missed this.
Me too. Just talking shit. Okay, so does it look rickety? Like, do we sense that we should probably pass one at a time, or should we just go kind of?
Okay, give me a tinkering
What is it?
check, which is basically
What is
your
that?
proficiency modifier added to your intelligence modifier. I think, what do we do when we get you to do a tinkering
yeah.
check?
Yeah, it's that. It's like, yeah. So it's
Okay.
one.
And Smorgasborden and Milkshake, you arrive at this rickety bridge. Would you like to do anything or think anything or make an interesting character announcement?
Just find around what's on this side, if it's possible to see what's on the right. Just look at what's other side of the bridge. Can I see it, or it's like really long?
Visibility in this sort of light snow and cloudy overcast is not great, but you can see about that far.
Okay.
Okay.
I did my roll.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, with the 24. You are confident that this bridge is not super strong. One at a time is probably advisable. It's kind of hard to tell, but these ropes are fatigued, so they've reached the point of weakness where they're a little unpredictable. They might be fine for 100 crossings or 10 crossings or 1 crossing. You've determined that you're in danger.
Okay.
Right.
I think we send the lightest first.
I mean,
Which is me or Arunas? Which one of us is
I'm a
smaller?
halfling.
Well, yeah, I'm a gnome.
The gnome would be lighter.
Yeah, you go.
Halflings
Okay,
are robust, cider drinking meaties.
Nice. Just like
Shall we?
wombats.
Should we tie
Just
a
like
rope around you as you go, in case it falls?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's not just send you in there as some sort of canary.
Yeah, I mean, it would after all of this, it would kind of suck if I end up dying just because I fell into a chasm.
Yeah.
Inverted commas. Okay, so you tie the rope. It's not a difficult thing to do. Is the half-orc smorgasbord holding the other end?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Give me...
All right,
You're going to cross. Give me a stealth check, please.
Is that me?
No, that is the crosser. Asker. Ooh, with an 8. An
Jesus
unseen presence examines the horizon. Nothing happens so far. What would you like to do now that you're halfway across the bridge?
Keep walking. Look, these boots are made for you.
Okay, you keep walking, and on the other side, as the sun, the snow clears and the sun illuminates your path, you see an enormous white wolf, and everybody needs to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, not yet. I didn't realize this was
Nice.
wolf from last time. That was a pretty bad stealth roll. If you were a little bit more stealthy, maybe the wolf would not have seen you. Milksteak's good. That looks fine. Remember to select your icon. Smorgasbord remembered. Well done. And Asker did too. I am very proud of all of you, frankly. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a big initiative roll. Okay, first to react is the winter wolf, who
Oh no.
growls deeply and is going to step onto this side of the bridge tentatively and consider its range. And it is going to make a survival check, which is wisdom survival. And it rolls a 5, so it is a little spooked by the ricketiness of the bridge. And it is going to take a step back from being on the bridge and sort of like hold its action. And you see it turn to its left and go, oh! And you don't really know what that's about. So now that is Asker's turn.
I think we all know what that's about. calling for his buddies, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna run. Let's see, where was I? I was here. I can go 30, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
You can check your character sheet. If you're a small creature like a gnome or a halfling, sometimes it's 25.
Yeah, it's 25. So down there is fine, right?
You're still probably fine.
Yeah, so like that. Because I feel like these wolves he was howling for, they might be smaller, and so they might actually start just pounding on me on this bridge. So I'm thinking, let's wait and see if we can, fuck them up.
Okay.
How big is this wolf?
It is twice the size of Smorgasborden.
It's a big
Oh,
one.
wow.
Yeah, sure, so it's pretty big then, yeah. Okay. Well, that's me.
Okay. In that case, it is Milksteak's turn.
What can we do with it? What's the range to the wolf for the moment? How many are those?
As in how far
How
away
many
is the
feet?
wolf?
Yeah. How many feet is per one square?
Each square is 5 feet.
5. So are we attacking it? What do guys you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I feel like we're not gonna be able to go any further without killing it, I reckon.
I'll try to ice knife him.
I love every time I hear that spell now, because I was just editing the episode in Rick and Morty's dungeon where Smorgasbord ice knifed the pile of vomit and killed like 4 cultists and maybe slightly Milksteak as well. And then after that fight, you discover a barrel that's open containing an oily yellow liquid, and immediately Milksteak's like, oh, I drink it.
Obviously, yeah.
It was great. I enjoyed it. Okay.
Yeah.
So with a 16, you hit. Wow. So it's 8 piercing damage and it's 8 cold damage for both the thing that you hit and everything within 5 feet of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Let me just double check. Yeah. You see the knife impact. It flies out of your hand, conjured from the cold air around you, and impales it in the sort of chest, shoulder area, and you hear it go.
Lovely.
Cool.
I'm
You
gonna
do
finish my
16
turn here.
damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Smorgasbord.
Ice knife.
Love
I
it.
got rid of ice. It's too tempting. I just swapped that out. I do have my other favorite, which is like moonbeam. Trying to work out how range.
When your ass
slash-
gets frostbite.
So range area is 120 feet range. That's how far away, right? And 5 feet area is 5 feet around it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna moonbeam it.
Nice. So does it need to make a saving throw, or do you need to make a spell attack roll?
A silvery beam of pale light shines down a 5-foot radius, 40 feet high, till the spell ends. Dim light field. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, is engulfed in ghostly flames. It must make a Constitution saving. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage if successful.
Okay, what's your DC? It'll say on the spell tab at the top of that tab.
It's got attack/save, and it says Con 14. Is that right?
Okay, 14. It rolls a 16 Constitution save, so it saves, and it says half as much on a successful save. Is that what it said? So roll 2d10. Oh, perfect. That you can just do that. That was perfect. So that's 12. So that's 6 radiant damage, and I think basically that stays there as long as you remain concentrating on it. I think.
Yeah. On
'Cause
each
it's a-
of your turns, after you cast this spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction.
Perfect. Okay. So, but you are concentrating because it should say at the top concentration, and that means.
Oh yeah, that's concentration 14.
So it does say concentration? Cool. So that means I'll put a little blue dot there so that we remember. So that means if you take damage, you need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on the spell. Cool. Next up is the Winter Wolf, and you notice another Winter Wolf enters the frame, and it is going to make a survival check to determine what it thinks about the bridge, and it does not like the bridge. So it's going to step off it worriedly and just sort of like pace back and forth. This other one is going to make another wisdom saving throw with disadvantage, but it still rolls a 12, so it is going to step on. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20. Wow.
The bridge.
25, 30. Okay, so it's basically going to be... it is going to try and run past you. So that means Asker gets an attack of opportunity. If you would like to take it.
Yeah. Do I get to use spells for that, or is it just like a punch?
I think some, if you take a certain feat, then you can use spells as an attack of opportunity, but traditionally no, it's like your weapon, your sword attack, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But next time you level up, which will probably be soon, just remind me and we can talk about that feat that allows you, I think, to do that.
That would be sick. But anyway, then I guess instead I will use my can you use a crossbow as well, or is it
You
just
could
a dagger
actually
if I-
you could totally use a crossbow, yeah.
Because then I will use my crossbow. Yeah, I'll just use a regular arrow for this, not one of the thingy.
Cool. Oh yeah, that definitely hits for 5 piercing damage. As you see the quarrel embeds itself in its lower left flank.
Yeah, bitch, take that.
It still looks like it's
aimed. How does that work? Like, can I aim for the? Do I roll like, at a disadvantage or something if I aim? How does that work?
what, for a specific part of the body?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a called shot. It's not at disadvantage, but they get +5 to their AC because you're essentially limiting your hit area to a smaller area.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if you, for example, on that roll, you might have succeeded if it had an AC, for example, of 15, then you would add 5 to it. And because you rolled 20, you would hit and get to do whatever that area does.
Okay.
Cool. Is that that was just an attack of opportunity. So it's this thing's turn. It is going to take a munch on, I think, milk steak.
I didn't think this thing could cross a bridge, and I thought we were just going to stand there all day attacking it from a distance.
Okay, so you need to make a dexterity saving throw as cold breath emits from this thing's jaws all over you, Milksteak. Okay, with a 12, you make the save, so you only take 8 cold damage as the icy breath engulfs you. What was that, sorry? Good. That is the end of its turn. I think its companion was too scared, so now it's Asuka's turn.
Okay, let's see. We need to make sure we kill. So in case the other one is going to catch up soon, we need to fuck this guy up. I'm going to do a level 3 lightning bolt. Level 3, so I just cast it, yeah? Because it's...
Ooh, that sounds spicy. Lightning bolt!
Push.
Okay, so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Wow. Oh, elemental ability. Is your sorcerer background the dragon that's lightning?
Yeah, bitch.
Nice, I love it. I'm enjoying it greatly.
I can't remember which one, Jade or whatever.
Okay, so it makes the save, so it takes half of 30, so it takes 15 lightning damage. Wow. I assume you're targeting the close one.
Yes, yeah, the one that's on our side.
Okay.
The chasm.
It's starting to look bloodied from a number of scorch marks, beam marks, and also quarrels embedded in its flank. So it's looking messed up. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Okay, next up is Milksteak. Also, just before Milksteak goes, Sean, if you want to double check your spell Moonbeam and see if you can move the target area at all, then you might be able to continue concentrating and just redirect it. Like some spells allow you to like move them around. I'm assuming Milksteak wants to cast a magic missile from your wand of magic missiles.
Yeah. Since
However,
it's been a couple of days.
It has been a couple of days. No, it hasn't.
No?
No, you haven't slept, right? You've still got 2 charges left, so you can totally cast the amount of bolts that you've cast. I'm just letting you know that it regains charges when each time the sun rises, right? And then you roll to regain them. So that means I think 2 charges equals 4 darts in total. So you can
that's
how many?
How much for me showed was left from the last time, because I think last time I used 5 and I had 2 left.
Yeah, if you have 2 charges left, then that's technically a level 1 spell of Magic Missile, which contains 3 darts. And then if you use both charges, it's a level 2. So would you like to use both charges or 1?
Yeah, both charges. Yeah, all the charges on there.
Okay, so that's going to be 4 bolts. So you need to, darts. So you need to roll it 2 more times.
2 more.
And I'll read Sean's Moonbeam in a sec. I mean, Smorgasborden's Moonbeam. I'm rusty. Okay. So 3, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 force damage. Nice. And this is at the close one?
Yeah, that's the one that's next to me.
Nice. 10 force damage as this enormous white wolf creature is peppered with white bolts of force. And it seems to like almost be knocked off its feet by their impact. Is there anything else you would like to do? Is there anything else you want to do?
Just look chilled,
Okay.
A bit shivery maybe.
Okay, make a performance check.
No.
Did he say no?
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm like, dude.
Like, it has the potential to be cool. Like, let's not... Oh, natural 20! You basically managed to quickly fashion a leaning post out of snow, and because it's so cold, the snow instantly freezes, and you're able to, like, lean on it and cross your legs and look casual in the middle of the fight. See? Worth it. Now you don't want to say no to the roll, do you? I know that was probably just a mistake of the mic, but it was quite funny.
I was pretty sure he said no as well.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want to do that roll. Fuck off. All right, it's Smorgasbord instead.
not happening, dude.
Yeah.
Not happening.
I roll when I choose to roll.
I'm going to move my moonbeam down to this guy next to me.
Oh yeah, did you already find the thing that says you can do it?
Yeah, I think so. It says,
Yeah,
on
you
each
can
of your turns after you cast this spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction.
Dope. And you cast this at 3rd level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you should have done 3d10 instead of 2.
Oh, sorry. I thought it knew because I pressed it on that button. It would have done it automatically.
It's clever, but it's not that clever. So let's roll. You can click that pink thing that says 1d10, and we can do the retroactive damage firstly. Nice, 4. So it continues to bleed from one of its beam wounds. And then you can do your other...
3d10.
Yeah, although I think it might have to make the save again. Let me just... when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or on your turn, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. Okay, so it needs to make another Constitution saving throw. I can't assume a different form. Oh, a shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. That's cool. Okay, so it's going to make another Constitution saving throw, which it is going to fail. So it's going to take actual 3d10. So now you can click the 2d10 and the 1d10, and we'll add them together.
Great.
Okay, just 19 damage. How do you want this wolf to meet its demise?
Oh, well, Moonbeam, I think reminds me of the Lost Boys, so it's going to explode. And for some reason, just because it reminds me of Lost Boys, I'm going to say, death by stereo.
Maybe because both you and Milksteak were attacking from both sides? That's kind of stereo. Nice. And it's going to do that thing where Team Rocket like blasts off into the sky and then falls into the chasm. Nice. Is that the end of your turn? Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Next up is the Winter Wolf, and it is going to make a check to determine how it feels about its brethren being destroyed. And it is not pleased, so it runs away.
Yeah, excellent.
Punkers! Let's fucking hunt it down, because I was hoping to get some fur and meat and stuff off of this one, but it fell into the chasm, didn't it? Let's get over there. I'll
I mean,
back over.
technically, that was just flavor. Like, it can still just be there. I was just being funny.
I know, if that's how he died, that's how he died.
Okay, that's how it died. It's gone. You can chase the other one down. Okay, so
yeah.
But that means that we need to go to the next person, which is Asker. So only you get to use your movement. Where do you go?
To here.
Okay, so let me have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, you go to there. You can use your action to dash if you want to go further, but you see an extra amount of distance, which is about that much. Would you like to use your action to do your movement again?
Yes.
Okay, pick a direction. You can make a survival check to see if you can track it.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Badass.
Okay,
I mean,
with a 6, you can just take a guess.
He went that way.
Okay, how many squares did you just move?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you've got like 2 more, right?
Okay, so, yeah, so...
What you see is roughly that much.
Oh, I see the edge of him. I see his butt.
How much more movement do you have?
No, that would be nothing.
Okay, you've used your action and your movement, so you've got in good range of it, but you don't have any more. Unless you have a bonus action, I think that's all your stuff.
Yeah, I do not. Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. Milksteak's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Asker.
Okay. I mean, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, yeah, you can go that far. All right, cool. That's the end of your turn, Smorgasborden.
Can I move that far as well, or am I bigger so I
5,
can't?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 10, 15, 20.
Now you have 30,
You can
right?
you can get up to Asker because you have 5 more than them.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Next up is the Winter Wolf, and it is going to attack, and you're kind of surprised as to why, but then you notice as the snow clears that it is backed up to a cliff edge, so it is a cornered animal and all bets are off. So it is
Right.
going to snow breath all of you, so you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
God.
jeez. Whoa.
Okay.
Rolling today is atrocious.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not going too well, is it?
Milksteak makes the save. Smorgasborden does not, and Asker.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just so.
Are you dead?
What's that? You're trying to find your dexterity saving throw?
Oh, sorry, no, I missed that. I didn't think it. I was reading something because I'm trying to remember how the sorcery points thing worked.
Oh yeah, I can help you with that in a moment. So you make the save, Asker. It's just Smorgasborden that fails. So Smorgasborden is going to take 13 cold damage, and the rest of you are going to take 6 cold damage. So that just happened. So that's what's that going to happen. Next up is Asker.
Okay. So, here's my plan, though, right? I just want to double check that I can do this before I start doing shit, because I have Quicken Spell as one of my those meta magic things, right?
Yeah, sorcery points. Yeah.
So that means I can spend 2 sorcery points. So I spend a bonus action to cast a spell instead of a regular one.
Yeah. If that's what Quicken Spell says, then that's what it does.
Let me just copy paste it because it might very well be that I misunderstood this. Hang on. Dush and then dush. So that's what it says in Quicken Spell.
Okay, let me have a look. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And then I have also Heightened Spell, which says like that. So what I'm planning to do now, right, is to spend a total of 5 sorcery points because I have 6. So I'm going to use 5. So that the first spell I cast, he will be at a disadvantage, and that would be my regular sort of action. And then I cast another one as a bonus action. Because that means I can cast twice, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's
what-
kind of the discussion about it is sort of like an open question, but I think it's kind of when you cast a spell that has a casting time, you can spend 2 sorcery points and resist 1 action for this casting. So heightened spell when you make one time for its first saving throw made against the spell. So let me give you hold on one sec. 2 spells 1 turn. Okay, it's got multiple spells per turn. Okay, you recorded the rules incorrectly. Yeah, cool. For a caster to cast a spell and another as an action in 1 turn, the conditions are described exactly. 1 spell has a casting time of 1 bonus action. You've not used a bonus action for anything else this turn because you can only take 1 bonus action per turn. Okay, so traditionally in the rules they would limit it to being like your other spell that you cast during a double casting turn is a cantrip, but to be honest, I never really liked that. So I'm gonna go with you can just cast 2 spells, whatever they are. You're spending sorcery points. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna fill in the sorcery points because that's on a different page. And this is sorry about all of this, by the way, right now, guys. It's just that I keep forgetting about the fact that I'm a sorcerer that has the whole sorcery point system. I've not been using that at all. About fireball, and then like, I don't know what else I do now. So, but just because I'm finally starting to catch up with what I can do. Okay, so I'm gonna do lightning bolt on him, and then he rolls at a disadvantage. Then
Sounds good. It's a dexterity saving throw against what DC? 14. He fails, so he takes 33 lightning damage.
Skadoosh!
But you would, because you're close, you're within melee range rather than ranged range. So you would either need to take a step back so that you've got a bit of range, or you would need to... actually, it's a lightning bolt. I'm not going to bother. So it's like 33 lightning damage. But typically, always remember, when you've got a ranged attack, you need to be at least 5 feet away. And when you've got a melee attack, you've got to be within 5 feet, or depending on the range of the weapon you're using. So this thing takes a huge amount of black scorch marks all over its white fur, making it clearly visible that it is injured. Now you can cast your second spell, and then we'll get to Sean.
I'm back on the by the way. I'm done.
You've fixed your character sheet?
Yeah, all done.
Nice.
I'll do a level 2 Scorching Ray. And this time it's not at a disadvantage then, because it's just the first spell, right?
Yeah, based on the heightened spell, it just makes the saving throw normally. But this also doesn't require a saving throw. It's ranged spell attacks. So this spell doesn't require saving throws. So it wouldn't matter. Okay, cool. Your first ray hits, but your second two don't. So roll a d20 for the natural 1.
Let me just make sure I rolled all of them. Make range. Ray. A 3 level. Okay, so it's still 3. Okay. So sorry, I did roll a 1. Roll 1d20.
Okay, with a 7. You managed to send the other 2 scorching rays down into the ground, and you watch them burrow into the snow, and about 6 feet down, they hit the ground, and you've got, incidentally, a really good estimate of how deep the snow is. And this thing looks burned on top of the lightning scorch marks with traditional scorch marks, and it's bleeding. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Milksteak's turn.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ice knife him this time.
Everyone.
Can I do?
No.
Can I do? I can do this. The only thing now, cast the poison spray.
Okay, Constitution save. It fails, so it takes 10 poison damage as this spray of gaseous poison emits from your palms, engulfing the giant wolf in noxious gas, and it goes...
Corona?
Exactly. Is that the end of your turn? Do you have any witty quips before it goes on to Smorgasbord's turn?
No, I might move a little bit my character just over here. So in case if he's gonna do another frost attack, I'm gonna be away.
Cool. Next up is Smorgasbord, and with the newly interactable character sheet.
That took a lot of effort. It was really annoying.
It was a learning experience for us all.
Yeah.
I learned nothing. I don't understand what he was doing.
See, I think next time I choose spells, I need to get a little bit more of a variety, because they're either kind of like, bark skin or cure wound or something, or they're like lightning. there's nothing in between. That's kind of like. I feel like he's on death's door, so I'm just gonna do a fairly standard, just
Hurricane.
yeah.
Erupting Earth.
What have I got? I'm trying to find. I think I've got like a. Where's my thing that I've got? I've got like a scimitar. Yeah. I'm
really glad you no longer have Ice Knight, by the way. That makes me very happy.
Okay, scimitar away.
Forces me to be a little bit of introduce a little bit of variety. I'm gonna scimitar him. Oh, go, yeah.
There we go. With a 5, you unfortunately start to get a bit stiff with all the cold, and finally it managed to penetrate your muscular bulk, and it's starting to affect your swinging ability, and you whiff big time.
I'm still playing this like a video game, trying to like save all my big weapons for like.
Yeah, I
big
know.
Can you recount how many times Sean missed in a row?
But it's actually a pretty well established D&D 5e strategy to save the biggest spells for later in sessions, campaigns, adventures, whatever it is. Like it's not just you that does it.
Right.
No,
Okay.
of course,
Good.
of course.
That makes me an advanced player.
Let's say that.
So now I'm just going to move away because I feel like
Oh, so you just tickled him and then left him to attack us?
yeah.
But remember, when you move away, he may get an attack of opportunity on you. So if you're willing to deal with that, then feel free to move away.
I didn't know that, so I won't. I'm going to hold fire.
Cool. Next up is the wolf's turn. It is going to roll to see if it regains its breath, which it does. So it is going to breath all over your faces. So you need to make a dexterity saving throw. Both Smorgasbord and Asker. Milksteak wisely moved away. Oh, natural 20 for Asker. You do a small dance around the cold and manage to deflect it entirely onto Smorgasbord, who needs to roll a d20.
You need to roll a d20.
Yeah. Basically, Asker does a Russian dance where you like fold your arms and kick your legs up and down, and it manages to just deflect all the cold breath onto your face. But with your natural 20, you manage to slip over and avoid taking more damage than you would otherwise. So, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So that's...
It's a roller coaster this session.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no,
you still
it
take
should-
22 cold damage.
Holy shit.
This is why you don't keep, like...
Surely roll just
Why did I
d20, not
do
one
that?
d20.
Oh, what am I doing?
I totally get you don't want to use your ultimate skill like in any good
I'll deal
anime,
with it,
you wanna
Arnas.
keep it for the big badass,
Also, Sean, in future, you need to roll 1 d20, not just d20.
Oh, does that just roll a d20? Does that just roll 20?
I think it just rolls 20.
Yeah.
But luckily, it's not a roll that matters.
Oh god.
It's the same thing, and it's got 5.
Oh,
this time.
no, you're right. You're right. It
Yeah.
is. It did still roll because I just rolled d4 and didn't specify 1, and it rolled a 1. I take it back, Sean. That natural 20 was well earned. Okay, sweet.
It
So
didn't work for me. I call fake news.
you gotta go /roll space d10. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the? Oh yeah. So it's just Smorgasbord that took the 22 cold damage. Did that get rectified?
Yeah, I've had it down on death's
Wow,
door.
you're meaty as hell. How healthy are you?
Down to 4 points.
Goodness gracious, Asker, it's your turn. You see Smorgasbord to the right of you has basically little icicles hanging off of every part of his body. And he's on the ground as well.
I am then. I'm doing a first level magic missile because it can't miss. So hopefully it will be enough to kill the guy.
We shall see. Okay, so that's a
I
3.
need to see 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that's 11 damage of force damage as these 3 darts pepper the exterior of this enormous wolf. It looks to be...
just realised-
pretty close to death. What was that, Smorgasbord?
I just realised I was even more stupid that I still have my moonbeam down, so I could have moved again.
That's true. You're still technically concentrating on it, so you can do that on your next turn. Is that the end of Asker's turn?
Yes.
And are you still Russian dancing?
Hell yeah.
Okay, it's Milksteak's turn.
I'm gonna try and up it up a notch. What do you call it?
Kick it up a notch?
Yeah.
Take it up a notch. There you go.
I take it, yeah, and I'll try and do some sort of break dance type moves to sort of incorporate the.
Okay, give me a performance or acrobatics check. While Milksteak considers his next move. Okay, with a 16 performance, you managed to do some very competent, if very stiff and cold breakdancing. So it's kind of like you managed to hug yourself while also doing the twirly roundy leg thing.
Yeah, I see that. I can visualize that. I enjoyed that.
Nice. Milksteak?
That was good.
Okay, so if Joe is performing tricks, I feel like I want to join into the party. So I'm gonna run towards the wolf and slide on my knees while using a poison spray.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check to see if this has any helpful impact whatsoever. Oh yeah, with an 18, you managed to slide quickly enough and accurately enough that the pressure of the poison spray is intensified. So you can roll another d4, let's say.
Kick ass, bro. Fucking
Yeah.
killing this bitch.
How do you want this wolf to meet its poisony, spray-y doom?
Did it? Fantastic.
Nothing special. Just collapse on the snow.
I'm going to add the fact that the poison spray corrodes a lot of the exterior of its fur and hide, so it ends up looking like one of those old yellow sponges that have lots of holes and gaps.
Oh, damn it. I really wanted to skin this one as well. We really fucked him up.
Yeah, I mean...
You can make a survival check to see if you can salvage a contiguous pelt from the acid pockmarked creature. Oh yeah, with a 15, you manage to turn it over to its underside, where the pelt is undamaged, and extract a jacket's worth of good pelting.
Fantastic.
Good.
Good job.
Awesome.
So do I need to like cure this and shit as well? Like how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, you could technically wear it now, but it'd still be moist and fleshy. If you make a campfire, you could probably do a rudimentary tanning job.
All right. Well, probably we shouldn't be doing that here. Shall we? How are we doing for food? Should we get like a chunk of meat so we can sort of feast on the flesh of our enemies this evening as we make camp?
Let's grab some kidneys. I'm sure Samus, a vegan GM, wouldn't mind carving some kidneys out of that.
Oh
wolf.
yeah, is your orc vegan, Sean? Or smorgasbord? Are you vegan?
It is, unless it's a case of life and death.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's very much, based on his personality, he is atypical of an orc, or he's a half orc, so it does make sense. Yes, as a GM, I will allow all kinds of animal murder in the fantasy realm. So with Asker's 15 survival check, he is able to identify the tastiest organs of the creature and store them in a hide sack that he fashioned from some of the skin of the creature.
Sick.
Yeah, visceral.
Yeah, I'm slightly
Coming like wild now.
What was that?
Are we planning on doing a rest anytime soon? If not, I've got like a cure wounds thing, but does that have to be within combat if it's a spell?
No, it doesn't have to be within combat. And you can all make a perception check as you finally can take stock of your surroundings on this side of the bridge. Oh, wow. Okay. So, smorgasborden. And, okay, so let's do Milksteak. No, let's do Asker first. Asker, you notice up ahead on this sort of rocky pathway plateau, there seems to be a crossroads up ahead, about 200 or 300 meters. It seems to have cleared up the weather, so your visibility has increased somewhat. You're able to see, Milksteak, that crossroads seems to be... there's a little village to one side of the crossroad. This is quite in the distance, like 800,000 feet ahead. Like, not really a village. It could also be an encampment. It's hard to tell. Smorgasborden, with a natural 20, you're able to determine that not only is there an encampment on one side of this crossroads, fork in the road, there's also what appears to be a very large house on the right-hand side of the fork. There's no other word for it. It's a house.
I mean, I like the idea of a house where we can feast on the flesh of our enemies.
Yeah, that's good.
Should we get rid of the rest of the carcass just so we don't attract more wild animals?
Yeah, toss it down the cavern, chasm.
Yeah, let's throw it down the chasm.
Okay, with all three of you working together, you can chuck it over pretty competently.
Cool. All right, so I guess we. It was up this way, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The
that's where the
house.
crossroads is. Okay, cool. So you head towards the house, which is the right-hand fork of the forked... What's it called? Fork in the road, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool. You travel for a little while, about 10, 15 minutes, and you arrive at the house in question. And it is unlike anything you have ever seen before. And
Let's sneak up to it.
okay, you can give me stealth checks.
Because in case this is more like all these Entians and shit, then we don't want him to see us.
How bloody we are if they're gonna discover us? Are we still covered in a wolf's blood?
I would say the ones of you that were close up to it would probably have a bit of blood on you, but it's not that bad. Actually, no, it is quite bad for Asker. The rest of you are fine, because he literally
I got fucking in there, didn't I?
yeah, he did the extraction. Okay, so
Oh, this is a nice bit.
you're all with a 21 for Asker, a natural 20 for Smorgasbord, and a 21 for Milksteak. You're all incredibly stealthy. Like, you've managed to take some offcuts from Asker's white wolf pelt and pepper it over your existing cold weather outfits to give you camouflage in the snow.
Kick ass.
And you notice as
Alright.
you're... What's up? Questions?
Now this is a big ass house.
It is very big ass, and you notice that in addition to the house being big and quite tastefully decorated with sort of Christmas holly and bushes around the outside and wreaths on windows and doors, well, only the front doors, you notice in the distance two small figures running towards this house. And now that you've taken the right fork, you notice that beyond those two figures coming towards you in the distance is a much more substantial facility, kind of similar to the one you just came from, but a little bit smaller. And there's two little creatures you would judge to be, child size maybe, running towards you, but you're quite well stealthed. What do you do?
There's Santa's little helpers, aren't there? And there's going to be Santa living inside. I can feel it.
Are we doing a home invasion on Santa?
Oh yeah, we're gonna fuck shit up. So like these bushes, can we kind of are they hideable in? So that
Based on those stealth checks, yes.
So let's hide to see if we can. So they were child sized, which is when you say child, I guess you mean like a human child.
Yeah, so basically gnome and halfling sized.
Perfect. We can take their clothes.
Yeah, let's see if we can set up an ambush. Let's set up an ambush.
Yeah.
So where were they coming from exactly? Sorry.
The west. So basically the western side of the map.
So from here-ish then.
So from like this direction.
Sorry, I might need to zoom out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can. Sorry, I didn't mean to draw. If we can like move up a little bit closer, because if they are gonna go into the house, we can't be hanging. Oh, I deleted myself. I'm trying to delete that thing I drew. Oh, I'm gone, bro.
That's all right. I can get you back. You're right.
Did I die?
There.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So let's see.
What's that?
Is it?
Oh, I thought there were two of me. Sorry.
There were, but
To
yeah. What's up, Asker?
Now, is it possible to hide sort of on this side here without them seeing us?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
With your checks, I think it's fine. But I'm missing a third person. Are you guys just overlapping each other? Ah, that'd be why. So you can both be in the bush, but like separate yourselves so I can actually see you.
Yeah.
So
So that was just it. Okay, so we let get ready to knock them out. Yeah. But don't no blood though. No blood because we need outfits.
We need clean clothes.
Can we kind of just listen in first as they're approaching? Can we listen into the type of conversation, just in case they're not? I don't know why I've got this thing about not attacking.
Everything happened so quickly, Sean.
We're attacking. We're getting them.
It's gonna happen, bro.
Okay, so you all three use your amazing stealth checks to hide in these tastefully Christmas decorated, presumably shrubberies at the front of this very nice multi-story house. You're on the western side of the main entrance to the house. And you see the two figures approaching, and you can hear from a distance even that they seem to be yelling to each other. He's coming! He's coming! Where is it? Where do all the items land? Is it in the house or is it past the house? And the other one says, It's past the house, but let's take a breather. I think I left some stuff in the house that we can use. Look, how far away is he? Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was using my away from the mic technique and I wasn't sure. So you hear that conversation, and then you see them, and they do appear to be Intians, but much smaller and much more innocent looking. And they appear to be running towards the house. Do you do any, the front entrance to the house? Do you do anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
gonna
don't you?
pretend to be Indians, though.
Say that again.
Well,
We can't really pretend to be Indians.
well, no, but they can still like the outfit. I kind of want the outfit now. When we rolled such a good stealth check. I feel like we have to. It would be rude not to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. I'll go on you. I'll go on the one that is on the west side.
Okay, I'll go on the one in the front.
Okay, and you're attempting to physically restrain them?
Yeah, just
knock
like
them out.
just
Like,
bomb rush them. I kind of want to go in for a choke and choke him out, not kill him.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean I'm not a savage, but just choke him out.
This isn't
gently.
erupting Earth or anything like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
I feel like we're not sure if they're even breathing, like who they are. I would feel like you need a blunt force trauma.
I feel like there's only one way of finding out. It's like a kid, right? So I mean, we might not screw ourselves here, but I'll punch him in the. I'll club him. I'll club him with. Hang on. Okay, I have a boomerang, so I'm just gonna run up and smack him with a boomerang.
okay, so
Not
you
throw it, but
you can make an attack roll with your boomerang with advantage, and so can Milksteak make an attack. If it's just holding them, then you can make an athletics check with advantage. And Smorgasborden, do you want to do something during this process? You can give one of them the help action if you like.
I feel like they don't need it. I feel like they've got this under control.
Okay, you'll be
you know what,
waiting in the
actually,
wings.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting just in case anything goes down.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's kind of dumb that out of the three of us, Sean is the one not participating because he's the big lad who can just lift him up.
I love it though. He's like little John in Robin Hood's Merry Men. He does the least amount of violence.
Did we really do that?
I don't. There's not going to be any clothing in it for me. I'm too big for their clothing.
Yeah, no, it's not so much about wearing their clothes. It's more about choking them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I roll athletics with advantage, I can restrain them then and sort of muffle their voice and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what you could do. But if you want to use the boomerang just as flavor, then yeah, roll an athletics check with advantage. But if you actually want to attack with the boomerang, then you would roll an attack roll with the boomerang with advantage. And Milksteak can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay, 15 and 15 for Asker on the athletics check. And what does Milksteak want to do?
So what I want to do, since I have a shield, I want to run towards him with my shield and just knock him out on the floor with it, like properly ram it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that still comes under athletics, especially because shield doesn't have an attack roll. So just give me an athletics check with advantage. Ooh, okay. With a 9. So firstly, let's do Asker. Asker comes charging out of the shrubbery and just cold clocks this kid in the back of the head, just face plants it into the snow and just not moving at the moment. Doesn't even really need much more than that. Whereas Milksteak does the weird choice of like yelling as he runs out, like, ah! And then the kid notices and steps out of the way and he kind of falls over. And then the kid says, "What? Who are you? You have to help us. He's coming. The designer is coming." And the other guy doesn't say anything because he's face first in the snow. What do you do?
All right, Sean, this is your time to shine.
Okay, I'm gonna come along and finish him off. I'm just gonna grab him by the collar,
Mm-hmm.
grab him by the collar, and then like throw him down like an Undertaker choke slam, face first into the ground next to his mate.
Okay, give me an athletics check with advantage. You laugh like it's overkill, but what Asker did is basically the same.
Yeah, but I just imagine me being roughly the same size, attacking this guy, right, and punching him. Here, like big fucking half-orc lifting up a kid and just face slamming him on the ground.
You
It's
actually
like
see. Actually, let's do.
two modes on Sean, either genocidal or peace loving. It's like
Yeah.
nothing in between.
I
I'm
think
gonna ice knife all of your bitches.
I started off trying to be like, trying to be decent, and then when it doesn't go wrong, it's like, right, that's it. It's all coming out now.
That's it.
So even with an 11 athletics, oh no, it's with advantage, so it's a 16. So basically, Smorgasborden just takes one hand and just pushes the other kid over into the snow with such force that he seems immobile. But with that last bit of energy, you see it sort of reaches itself up out of the snow and says, "The traps! The traps are inside!" Ugh. And then just they seem unconscious on the ground in the snow.
No,
Maybe we should have talked to them actually.
I think we probably should have. I think they seem quite nice.
It's pretty hilarious
well,
that you're in this situation now.
Well, we know about the traps now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we learned a lot.
But what do
Also,
they mean by that?
Let's tie them up. Let's get out of here. So that let's just like move around the corner
Yeah,
or
let's
something.
strip their
so that,
clothes as well, because that's what we wanted originally, no?
Exactly. Yeah. So let's take their funny little uniforms. Because I'm not gonna wear it yet though. But I'll put one in my pocket, and then we tie them up and like can we walk around the corner and check over here kind of thing just to see, is there somewhere where we can just sit with them for a sec and decide what to do next without being in the middle of the thing.
You can make a perception check.
Can we put clothes on them? Because I'm quite aware you've got like a naked child next to take two naked children near him.
On.
You notice that once you take off their robes that are black with grey embroidery and the swirls that you've seen all Intians wear, they're wearing basically cotton Buddhist-style robes underneath. So it's not like they're naked. They're just wearing like underclothes. Okay, with a 20 from Milksteak and a 9 from Asker, you need a perception check 2 from Smorgasborden. Okay, 20 and a 20. So Milksteak and Smorgasborden, as they're dragging the unconscious bodies of these two alien children into a nearby corner, you notice a much larger version of the same silhouette that you saw of them on the horizon coming towards you from about the same distance.
Maybe we should knock him out because his clothes will fit you, Sean.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
But or do we want to? Is he the designer then that they were scared of?
I'll say you've probably made it this far if you were dragging them towards that corner that you're aiming for, Asker. So let's put you there.
So we're in. Are we kind of in the middle of like if he comes closer he will see us kind of thing now?
If he gets a couple of 100 feet closer, he will.
All right, 100 feet. Okay, so it will take him a minute or two. Okay.
Tie the bodies in the nearest bush then.
Yeah, I'll wrap him in the wolf's.
There is no time for it, Joe.
No, just so they don't need. It might be a bit gross and sort of flesh-like, but at least they will be warm. We don't need to kill them yet.
Okay, just to determine how quickly you guys do all this stuff before this figure arrives, everyone roll initiative, and we'll see how much you can get done in that time.
Oh, it's like in a game.
What?
When you're.
Oh, did I have to click my guy?
Sorry, one thing at a time. You okay?
No, I was just saying it's like in video games when you have a countdown timer and you like need to do stuff before the person walks into the room.
Ah, yes, you're right. It is like that. Almost as if I planned it that way.
It's almost like you play games every now and then.
Although it's not as typical as it could be. Like if I was really going for a video game situation, I'd have the door of the building be on like a timed lock, and you have to repel a certain number of monsters before the door will open.
Oh yeah.
Like waiting for the elevator. Okay, so
Unlock the
as
enchanted chests.
12, 18 for Schwartz. Is everyone happy with their initiative rolls being the ones they originally rolled?
Yep.
Cool. First thing, you see the figure in the distance. Presumably the designer these two child Intians were talking about takes 60-ish feet of distance towards you. Next up is Smorgasborden.
Okay, so what we want to drag the children to the bushes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You killed an orc family having Christmas dinner, and now you're disposing of the bodies of children. Only in D&D would this happen.
We'd like to think, yeah.
We hope.
Okay, I'm gonna drag one of them over to the bush to hide them.
Cool. I'll say it's not particularly difficult. You put their body in a bush. What, this one in the corner?
Yeah, that one.
I'll say they're small. You can hide both of them.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Do you want to use any more movement or bonus action? That's probably like your action, probably.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Next up is... and Smorgasbord, you're still just going to stand there specifically?
Okay, I'll move over here, just like in the bushes. So I can nip in if I have to.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Oh, no, you're next to the bush, waiting to see if you need to hide.
Yeah.
Okay, Asker's turn.
Then I'll go over here to see if I can hide like there, so we can sort of get a several-pronged opportunity of attack.
Give me a stealth check. Dum 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 bum 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 bum. Oh yeah,
Decent.
with an 18, your lithe, diminutive gnome form seamlessly melds with the brambles around you. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Dear. All right.
But
Okay,
seriously,
so-
a lot of natural 20s. Has anyone noticed that? Sorry, finish your turn,
Yeah.
Asker.
It's like we started rolling quite badly, but now we roll like 18 and 20 and natural 20s, and it's just fucking crazy.
The tides of fate
Okay,
are
so
turning.
what is the plan then? Are we knocking him out and then talking? Or do we
Say
wanna-
it in character because it'll be funnier, because you have to basically stage whisper 20 feet away while hiding in a bush, like, what's the plan?
What? Oh, yeah, I mean, do you want me to say it again? Because I don't remember what I said.
No, you can just say it for the next thing because I think it'll be funnier.
Yeah. Okay, from now on. Guys.
I'm gonna be hiding in a bush.
Cool, calm, and collected Milksteak. I'll be
one
hiding
is
in a
interested.
bush.
No one wants to answer. Come on. I asked you a question, guys. Come on.
Oh,
Well, we don't really know yet.
So we're
I
just
think-
gonna wing it.
Yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. Like,
He's just
are
gonna
we?
walk past. He's not gonna
Yeah.
do anything. We need to
I think-
decide if we're attacking or not.
Just fuck him up.
Okay,
we are
Smorgasborden.
I'm gonna stay out of the bush. You are both in the bush. When he approaches, I'm gonna try and talk to him. And if he messes around, if I feel like he's getting a bit, then you just jump out and attack him.
What's the code word?
I'll just do this. Wait, is that's like a right wing sign, isn't it? What's a hand sign that's not right wing? That 2 fingers, peace.
That's not a word.
You could just use the word peace if you wanted to.
Yes, do that, and then we attack. Okay.
And then you attack. But you've got to surprise him. So I'm just going to do a hand gesture. I'm going to be like, "Whoa, man, peace" to the guy, and that's your cue to jump out.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Go on, Asker.
You should probably not sit in the bushes now. Then he shouldn't see you coming out of the bushes because that would be weird.
Technically, Smorgasborden is beside the bush, standing casually.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not in the bush. I made that mistake, No.
He's in the square beside the bush. We discussed it, and we ended up with that as his location. Cool. Is that the end of Asker's turn?
Yeah.
Milksteak's turn.
I'll just continue hiding in a bush.
You're going to continue the hiding in a bush that you've been doing?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you did go out to attack the
Continue
children,
that.
so you need to make another stealth check.
Oh yeah, sorry.
If you hadn't attacked the children, you could keep your same stealth check. But again, attacking the children. Okay, 16. All right, so I want you to, I just felt like emphasizing that point. Milksteak, could you please remember the number 16 as your stealth check, because I might need to reference it later. And Asker, please remember the number 18, because again, we might need to roll against it if someone is noticing you or not. Is that the end of what Milksteak would like to do?
Yeah.
Okay, and you seem to be taking like a wait and see how this character behaves type approach.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's correct.
Next up, you see this guy takes another 60-ish feet of distance closer, and you can start to see distinctly that he or she is definitely taller than the children, and they seem like they're going to arrive on their next turn, and they appear to be wearing the same robes as the Intians. Next up is Smorgasbord.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand next to the bush, looking rather suspicious.
Okay.
Maybe stand closer to the entrance, or not next to me.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, if you get yeah. So I'm just gonna be over here. No, I'm gonna be leaning against this statue.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me a performance check to see how much acting natural you're doing.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, we'll see, won't we?
It takes ages.
Look at the toy.
You click performance. Oh, there you go. With a 3, you manage to lean against it, but it gets really cold because it's a stone statue, and you have to take your hand off and go, and it doesn't look so natural as it could. But, you know, you're standing there. Next up is Asker's turn. You can just do nothing or wait with your action if you want to.
Yeah, I'll do this cool meditational thing where I just sit like with my hands in a way as if I'm gathering my mental strength, but all I really am doing is just listening. But it looks
You can also, I mean, it's not really necessary because you're hiding, but you can also take the dodge action, which means that you use your action to make yourself more difficult to hit if a fight were to break out for that next turn until your next turn, which means that anyone that tried to strike you would have disadvantage.
I'll take a dodge action.
Cool. Next up is Milksteak's turn.
I'll take a dodge action as well.
Cool. You can do that as well, Smorgasborden, but I think that's not really... I mean, you're kind of trying to engage on a conversational level, so it wouldn't really make as much sense.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. You see this figure enter the frame, and they look like this.
Ooh.
That's not an Entian.
That
It
looks
appears
like
to
an
be...
orc.
It appears to be an Intian of a different age or persuasion or species than the Intians you've seen before. You can make a insight check if you want to determine why this one looks different. Okay, Asker rolls a 15, Smorgasborden an 8 on insight.
I don't care.
Okay, he's not concerned. He just wants to know whether he needs to murder it or not. Asker, you determine that this creature is more physically strong than the other Intians you've seen. It's almost like a species of this race that is just a more physical being. Whereas the other ones you've seen are kind of thin, their craniums are a little bit more expanded, like they focus more on intellectual pursuits, whereas this one seems to be kind of a little bit more of the physical persuasion. Cool. So it is going to make a... Sorry, someone wanted to say something?
No, just agreeing.
Someone... sorry, this creature is going to make a perception check. And with a 12, it fails to notice the Asker or Milksteak, or actually, who hid them? That'll be Smorgasborden, I'll say. Give me a survival check with advantage, Smorgasborden, because you kind of had all the time in the world to hide the bodies. And it was you that hid the children's bodies, right?
Yeah, let's not call them the bodies. Let's just call them the children. 'cause
Okay,
we
the
didn't
children.
kill
The
anyone.
unconscious children. So give me a survival check. Sorry?
You're not murdered.
Do it twice, yeah?
Survival with advantage, yeah. Okay, all right. With a 10, this large Intient turns and sees the bodies of these two children and basically just grabs them by their loin cloths and proceeds to drag them back in this direction, not really paying attention to Smorgasborden at all. And next up is Smorgasborden's turn.
Oh, golly, what do I do now?
Basically, this large guy is dragging these two bodies of these children in the snow by their like collars.
Right. Shall we?
so
They're heading away from us, right? So should we just go into the building and face the traps?
or we follow him and see what the fuck is going on. Because I have so many questions.
Okay, so we'll
I love how you just like we set this whole thing up, and the bad guy walks up, takes the children, and leaves. You're like, all right, and you want to fuck off that way. I love that. I think that's brilliant. I don't want to do that though.
Okay. Let's just follow at a safe distance so he can't see us sneaking behind him.
You're attempting to follow Smorgasborden?
Yeah, we'll follow. We'll attempt to follow and not be.
Okay, you can make a stealth check.
The checks this evening have been either dreadful or incredible.
In dreadful. Or dreadable.
Okay, with a 18, you feel quite stealthy as you gently crunch through the snow like this. And is that the end of your turn? Oh, you can probably use your movement to go, what, like there?
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Asker's turn. You're hidden in a bush.
And he's literally just right there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. About 5 feet away.
Do you want to follow him?
I'm just gonna wait until he's passed me by, and then follow at whatever distance I think is safe based on how stealthy I am.
Okay, you could hold a dash action to use your movement once he's taken his turn.
Yes, that's what I do.
Cool. Milksteak's turn.
I'm just gonna move one bush closer.
Nice. Okay. You have a slightly better vantage point than before. Next up, the designer, you presume, is going to use their movement to start heading sort of northwest. And I'll say, based on how close you are, you can tell that he's moving in this direction. That's the end of his turn. Smorgasborden's turn.
I'll do the same again. I'll sneak up behind him.
Mm-hmm. Your stealth check still counts. That's fine. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, just creep along like a Scooby-Doo.
Da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh, also, yeah, you can move to there. I feel like this needs like Pink Panther music. Da-dum, ba-dum.
Yeah.
Asker's turn. He has moved. Oh, so that means your action triggers. So before Smorgasborden moves, technically Asker can use their movement. And technically, I suppose they would probably move more like there. Because they're restricted by carrying two bodies, so they can't use their full movement. But they can still probably move further than I moved them. There you go.
So is there anything here? Because the map ends.
It's just snow. Like it's a snowy expanse between this house and the facility slightly smaller than the one you came from.
All right. Can I sneak to like here or like?
I mean, that would be inside the house where you currently are.
Oh, because I can't really see what that is. That's why I'm.
It's like the wall of the house.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna keep sneaking behind him like that then.
Okay. Give me a stealth check because you're very close.
Maybe not that close. Like here.
I mean, yeah. Either way, it's a stealth check. It just depends what DC it is in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 12, you notice the designer's head sort of like cocks to the side, like he's listening for something, but he keeps walking. You also notice that the two children that he's carrying, the one that you initially knocked over first, starts stirring and like twitching in this designer's grasp. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn before it ends?
No.
Okay. Milksteak's turn.
I'm gonna step out of the bushes and I'm just gonna look around. Can I see anyone like at home? Can I see anyone through the windows? Is it?
Well, you've moved away from the windows in order to... Oh, you're just looking around all the windows simultaneously.
Yeah, just looking.
Okay,
around.
give me a perception check. Okay, 16. With a 16 perception, you are confident that none of the windows seem to be occupied by humanoids, animals, nor do you notice movement of any kind. The windows do appear to be lit, though. It seems to be a well-lit abode.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to follow it as well. Then continuing my, just gonna move to this bush over here.
Okay,
by the corner.
give me a stealth check.
Come on.
I feel like the world's internet is slower during the pandemic. Oh, natural 20. You move silently. In fact, it sounds like this. Because I said it was silent.
You did.
And you also notice that the child on the left that you and Smorgasbord knocked over is starting to stir in the grasp of this larger creature.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Is that the end of Milksteak's
Yes.
turn? Okay.
Yes.
On the designer's turn, he continues to move forward, but the two children suddenly wake up and go, "He's got us! We gotta go! We gotta go!" And they are going to try to run away. Come on, internet. Let's go a little bit faster.
Awful man doing to these children.
It's an excellent, excellent question.
I feel like I'm in no position to say that though.
Okay, one of them... Okay, so one of them... Oof. One of them just struggles incompetently, probably still a little bit concussed. And the other one also struggles a little bit more valiantly, but the larger creature manages to hold onto their grip, and they walk further. Cool. That is the end of the designer's turn, Smorgasbord. You notice this large creature dragging these two smaller children creatures through the snow slowly. What would you like to do?
Okay, we can't keep following just like this indefinitely, can we? I think we've got to like maybe...
It's pretty hilarious so far.
It has worked so far. I mean, what do you think? Are we just going to...
I don't know about
swing it
worked.
like
It's
a-
just hilarious.
Yeah. We could either just keep on going, or we could like save the children and attack him.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you think?
that,
Are you intrigued to see what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to know.
Yeah.
where
Let's fuck him up.
Yeah, it's just we're next to the house. It might just be full of more of them.
Should we just follow again then? One more round of following and see what next. See what happens.
Well, the kids were trying to run into the house away from him, so
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, okay, let's attack him.
saying about the traps.
And then we'll just convince the kids that we didn't. All we saw was someone knocking them out, and then he was dragging them.
Yeah. Okay.
It-
So
it
then they'll
wasn't
tell us
us.
about the trap. They'll tell us about the trap.
Yeah.
Okay, so remind me
Okay.
of what's the plan as a result of this conversation?
So I
To
think
fuck
we're
him
going
up.
to, yeah, basically. So I'm going to come round here.
Mm-hmm.
Have I got anything I can attack him with from a distance that won't also attack the children?
Bows, crossbows, javelins, that sort of thing. Spells.
Yeah. That moonbeam. The moonbeam
wait.
is only 5 feet radius. That's 1 square, right? So if I
Yeah.
attack his square,
Precise
get
as
anyone
hell. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
arguably less likely to cause collateral damage than ice knife.
Arguably, yeah.
Okay, if you want to use that,
I'm going to moonbeam him again.
go for it.
Except I'm going to do it at level 2 this time.
Ooh. Okay, so they need to make a Constitution saving throw, which with a 20 he manages to make. So he takes half damage, right?
Yeah.
So caster level 2 is its normal level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes 4 radiant damage as this beam suddenly concentrates its moony energy on him, and he twitches and turns his neck to look back at you in slight irritation. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to put this blue dot to remind you that you're concentrating. So if you take damage, we need to make a concentration check.
Okay.
Cool. Asger's turn. You've seen this moonbeam erupt from Smorgasborden's orky hand.
Then I will. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I will jump out from the. Hang on, like, aha! And then I'll point at him and say, "Unhand those children!" And then I'll cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on him.
Ooh, give me the text. I'm excited. It has a range of 30 feet and an affected area of 5 feet. It needs to make a strength save. Okay. 5 foot unoccupied space, medium hand, made from soil, rises from there and reaches the creature you can see within 5 feet of it. One creature. The target must make a strength saving throw. Strength. Okay, against DC 14. They fail. Did you see that it failed? How did you know that it failed?
I could see the thing.
Oh, nice. Cool. Then I couldn't tell whether I was whispering the roll or not. Compacted soil, the target must make blah, blah, blah. 2d6 bludgeoning damage, which you've already done. Why is there another 2d6? Did you cast it at a higher level?
No, just second, which is the basic level. I don't know why there's...
Sorry, I'm just reading it. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained for the spell's duration. As an action, you can cause the hand to crush... Okay, so on subsequent turns, you can get it to take the additional damage.
Oh,
it takes... Okay, so it's basically just telling you can repeat it later. So it takes 9 bludgeoning damage. Nice.
And he's restrained, yo.
Yeah, and I will tell you what that involves.
That's a good one.
What was that?
It's a good go.
Yeah, it's a great spell. Okay, so restrained basically means the creature's speed becomes 0 and they can't benefit from any bonus to their speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So it's easier for you to hit them, and it's harder for them to hit you, as well as being unable to move. So it's dope, and I'm just going to draw a little symbol here to remind me that that's there. Cool. Nice, Asker. So it's, imagine an earthen hand erupting from the ground that has like snow caps on top of it. So it's like earth underneath, but snow on the top. Is that the end of Asker's turn?
Tis.
Cool. And the children obviously become free because this creature holding them is now restrained. Milksteak's turn.
Oh, now you're gonna hate me.
Are you gonna kill the children?
Just before that, I want to let you know what happens
I'm gonna
once
use one new spell that I never used it before.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this spell, but I want to let you know what happens. Basically, as the guy gets restrained by the earthen hand, the children get free and they go, "Oh my gosh, thank you, mysterious wizard!" And now you can have your turn.
Yes.
You're going to conjure animals. How does this work?
So basically, depending on what challenge rating you use summoning, so you can either have one beast challenge rating 2 or lower. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna 8 beasts of
Nice.
challenge rating for quarter, and it's gonna be a panther. So it's gonna be 8 panthers
Panther.
here in the game.
So you said panther?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they have a challenge rating
Yeah.
quarter?
Yep.
Really? All right, I can give you those icons. Just give me a sec so that I can... Because I have access to them.
So
I
you
just wanna-
summoned 8 panthers that...
I just want to make sure.
are
Yeah, they
attacking.
have a challenge rating of quarter. All right, so this is how this is going to work. Where do you summon them? On your side, between you and it, or on their side?
In between, so 4 here and 4 here.
Okay. What's the range on the spell?
Is 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these here. Then I'm going to copy them and I'll paste them on the other side. And then I'm pretty sure I can give you control of these.
Yeah.
So that it will just mean that you can do it yourself.
So technically, all 8 of them should have their independent roles as well. Like
is that what it says in the thing?
That, but yeah. Each piece is also considered fair, and it disappears when it drops to 0. Summon creatures unfriendly to you and your companions. Roll initiative for summon creatures as a group. Which has as a group.
As a group, yeah. So we can do that. That's not too difficult. I'm just gonna. There's like logistically, I've got to figure out how to make this work because it doesn't look like I can give you control. So I'll just have to do it for you. Basically, they have a bite attack and a claw attack, and they have a pounce attack. You have those details in front of you, right? So you know what to say.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, in that case, I will add them to the initiative order. Thusly,
This is quite an epic spell to cast on one dude. I like
it's kind of cool. All right, so that's going to be Milksteak's turn. So therefore, let's move to Milksteak's turn.
Yeah, so ideally they're all going to pounce on him.
But this takes your action to do. So they can't, you're going to tell them to pounce on it their turn, which is next. But they don't do that now, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
And in order to pounce, they have to run, I think, 20 feet. So some of them will be able to do it.
4 squares away.
Okay, cool. So it's restrained. So these guys have advantage on their attack, and you're going to ask all of them to attack the same dude?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that means that one can't.
It's going to be choreographed. So the ones that attacking is going to be attacking and moving downwards, and the ones from currently down is going to be attacking and moving up.
So the ones on the south side are going to head towards the north side, and the ones on the north side are going to head towards the south side. Okay. So of the 8, 4 of them can do a pounce attack from their current position because they are the sufficient distance away. The other 4 can do either claw or bite. Do you know which one you want them to do?
So first 2 cannot do the pounce, only all the bottom
back 2
from both sides, yeah?
Yeah, but you want the ones that aren't pouncing to just do what attack? Bite or claw?
Is gonna be melee weapon +4. I'm gonna do the bites.
Cool. All right. So, you can do the bite too. All right, that's great. So that means 15. All right, let me get my sheet up. That misses, as you see, as the first one runs towards this restraint. Oh, it has advantage, so roll again. Okay. Unfortunately, it misses as this one runs up and you hear a loud clank as the jaws of the panther impact probably metal plate. Now you're rolling for the second creature as well, which misses twice as it too tries to... I mean, I don't really have enough map, so I'm just going to put this one over here. And then you can do another 4 bite attacks, please.
So I've done 4 now.
Well, yeah, but each one is with advantage, so you need to do 4 more.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Fucking hell.
Okay, so that one misses, and then you're missing one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's hard for me to tell.
No, there's 8.
Okay, 14th, that one misses as well. So that's just okay. So then we just have the pounce ones left, and those pounces have to be claw attacks. So now give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 claw attacks. Yeah, you're regretting this summoning now, aren't you? Look how much clicking you need to do. So give me 8 claw attacks.
Great responsibility.
Have you hit anything yet?
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. Okay, cool. So, oh wow. Okay, so first one hits. Third one hits. Oh fuck, this is complicated. All right, can someone count this for me?
I'm pretty sure they all hit.
Well, no, the AC is 18, right? So the first one is advantage, so you only count the first 2 as 1. So the 21 hits. so that's 1. Then the 14 and 17 miss. Then the 23 and 11 hit, so that's 2 hits. Then the 21, so that's 3 hits. So 3 out of 4 hit. So now you need to roll. I can do it if you like. Do you have the damage there for the claw attacks?
Is 1d4 plus 2.
Okay,
It
so
says
do.
on the things, though, isn't it? On the roll.
Oh, does it? Oh, cool. Yeah. Let's just do it.
Oh yeah, you should say yeah.
Okay, but okay, so that means. So that's 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 9, 12, right? 12 slashing damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
Correct.
guy takes 12 slashing damage as the look of complete confusion takes over his face. And then he needs to make 3 strength saving throws or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the panther can make... okay, cool. So 3 strength saving throws for this guy. So that means he needs to make strength save against what DC? I think it's DC 12 for a panther. 12 for a panther. Okay, so the first one makes it. The second one fails. Third one succeeds. So that means that you get to make 1 additional bite attack. So now make another bite attack with advantage.
Nice.
Okay, so that hits for 8 piercing damage. Wow, nice. Okay, so that means, okay, this thing has panthers surrounding it, and the children look terrified. It is now the designer's turn. So he is going to try to get out of this. Actually, no, he is not going to try. He is going to suddenly disappear. 5, 10, 15, 20.
But he's restrained, yo.
Yeah, but I'll explain in a sec. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he appears there in a puff of smoke that disappears at his location and appears at his new location. And Smorgasborden and Milksteak can make Arcana checks to determine how he did that, just so we can answer Yuka's question. And then I believe that's an action.
I feel like I don't know how he did that.
I feel like you don't either. But then Smorgasborden says, "Oh, he used Misty Step. He
Blink.
basically teleported over a short range."
God damn it.
So obviously that doesn't affect him being restrained. But then he stands there looking menacing and comes right up to you and says, "Leave us alone." And then he says, "Alone." And that is Smorgasborden's turn.
Well, I've still got my moonbeam, haven't I? So I'm going to do that again.
Go for it. So that means you just move the beam and he needs to make another Constitution saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Whoa, natural
Like
20.
again.
He resists, so he takes half of the 2d10, I think it is, right?
Yeah.
So can you roll those 2d10? Oh, there. So 15, half of 15 is 7. So he takes 7 moonbeam damage and he kind of twitches in discomfort. And is that the end of your turn?
I might go and hide amongst the panthers.
Okay. You will get an attack of opportunity, remember?
He will if I run.
Yeah, but he might miss, but I'm just saying he'll get the opportunity to do so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to run.
Okay. You see he takes out a huge silver greatsword and strikes at you for 27. And he is going to do 12 slashing damage. Oh, wait.
Someone's dead.
Wait for that. Then it's going to be... And as the slash bites into you, you feel in your mind a dissenting voice, and you take 9 psychic damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so that's, what, 21 damage in total?
I've got 4 hit points, so...
Oh, so you're dead, like, ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means your body died roughly there. And you're unconscious on the ground, so you'll need to make death saving throws in a moment.
Okay.
So you see your friend cut down Asker. What is your turn going to be?
It doesn't feel like he's very phased by our attacks. Does he get an attack of opportunity on me as well if I'm standing there? Does that
Yes, he would, yes.
Kind of don't want him to.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Kind of don't want it to.
It's like it's much more badass than we get credit for.
Do the attack of opportunity if he's restrained.
He's not restrained.
He's no longer restrained because he teleported away from it.
Oh, okay.
But the hand is still there, so I'm just going to move it to him where he stands now instead then.
That's a good idea. But does the spell... can you paste the spell again for me so I can read it? And you're also concentrating, so we need to remember in case he hits you. Okay. 5 foot
So at the very
occupied.
bottom.
Reaches. Target must make. Strength, bludgeoning. To break out. Can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. Oh, strength check. On a success, the target escapes. You can cause the hand to reach for a different creature or to move to a different unoccupied space within range. The hand releases a target. Okay, so your range, you can move the hand there, but it takes an action to move it. It would then take another action to use it. You see how it says, as an action, you can have the hand reach for a different creature or move to a different unoccupied space. So basically that would mean you can move your thing... basically
to right next to it, kind of thing.
yeah, so then as soon as you get the opportunity you could grab him with it.
I'll just cast it again then.
You could also do that. In that case, cool, you cast it and it has to be unoccupied space, so you're going to choose there, and it needs to make a strength save. Oh, it fails again, taking 10 bludgeoning damage as it constricts him, causing him to be restrained. That the end of your turn?
Now I move into the pack of panthers. Or can I help? Let's say I go here. Can I help Sean, like, with his death saving throw stuff in any way?
You could try to give him a health potion, heal him, or do all kinds of things. Yes, you've got many options.
I don't really have any healing spells or anything. I don't
you have a
think
health
I have
potion?
any more. No, not anymore, I think. Let me check.
Ooh, he's in
I think
dire
they've used
straits.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, no, I do. I have a... Oh, no, I just have a pendant. I'm immune to disease.
So he won't get pneumonia as he's lying in the snow, dead or unconscious.
I also have a portable hole that I might need to use in a minute.
Nice.
But no, nothing else. So I guess I'll move up, like here, kind of thing. I'll move up. I'll run up to the children.
Okay. They see you and say, "Thank you, wizard. You freed us. We've got to get into the house. That's where all our stuff is. We planned for this. We knew the designer was going to try and chase us, and we prepared all this stuff." And that's what they say.
Fuck. This is what I say. We kind of messed this up. All right.
It's pretty funny, though. Cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Milksteak's turn.
I'm gonna turn myself into a giant constrictor snake.
Nice. This is wild shape, right?
Yeah.
And now you can do it as a bonus action, so that means you can attack when you wild shape.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to constrict him even more.
You're going to take an already restrained creature and try to double restrain him?
Yeah.
So how does constrict work?
So 1 second, I'll paste it.
That would be very helpful, thank you. Okay, +6 for creature, bludgeoning damage, the target is grappled. Escape DC until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and the snake can't constrict another creature. Okay. So with 16, you slither over with your thick, snaky body and try to get a purchase on this large, intient creature that is already being grasped by an earthen, snowy hand. And the coils of your snaky body are unable to get purchase past the thick fingers of the earth hand. So you manage to just sort of like crush the overall thing that's already being crushed, but nothing additional happens. It's like Once a towel is wet, it's wet. You can't really make it more wet. And you're just sort of like resting there decoratively like a Britney Spears music video.
Ooh, you know what you should do?
16 damage, yeah?
Well, no, because you were unable to hit with your constriction. Sorry, you
I
had a...
constrict the hand that it holds him, so it constricts him.
Well, I mean, I'm giving flavor text, but basically you were unable to hit with your attack. You needed a higher number. And my explanation of that is because the hand is already doing it. The hand is basically protecting him from your damage with its own damage.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
You scream across the snowy landscape.
Yeah, but you should just like roll up and become like the poo emoji on his head. I think so. I don't know. Like it might just be me.
Okay, next up. I assume that's the end of Milksteak's turn.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
No, it's like, let's just move on. No one thought my idea was like.
No, I mean, I think it's great, but he didn't do it, so I can't really laugh at it yet. Next up is the 8 Panthers.
I feel like I smell the name of this episode.
8 Panthers? Yeah, that'd be pretty good. And a partridge in a pear tree. What would you like them to do? I mean, he's restrained, so...
So all of them gonna try to pounce? Is it possible? Yeah.
No,
all
just
of them.
one. That's 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all of them except one can do it, yeah.
Like, oh dear. I'm sorry.
So that means they need to hit with a particular kind of attack to do it. Claw attack, basically. So they all need to do claw attacks, and if the ones that hit, so they can all roll with advantage, and the ones that hit can try to do the extra stuff. So
we need
roll
to claw
14
them
14 claw attacks. So that means... Okay, so the first one definitely hits, dealing 8 slashing damage. And then the next one definitely hits, dealing 6. So 8, 6... and then nothing, and then 4. Yeah, and then 6, 5, and then nothing. Cool. So that's 16, 21, 29.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
And therefore, he needs to make 3, 4, 5 strength saving throws. So that's going to be against 12. So fail, 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 and a success. So 4 bite attacks you need to roll now.
Loads of panthers going crazy.
6, okay, so 1, 2. I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's perfect. So miss, hit for 4, and hit for 7. So 11 overall bite damage. This guy looks bloodied as hell, like blood all over his face. And he's just looking at you like, you've interfered with the wrong designer. And that's the end of the Panther's turn. Now it's the designer's turn. And he is going to disappears and does not reappear.
Yeah.
What a
And
little bitch.
we are out of combat. You see, it's different than the previous spell. You can all make Arcana checks to determine how different.
Not me, though. I'm dead.
Oh yeah, except for that it hadn't been your turn yet, had it, dude?
No.
Okay, so we'll deal with that in a sec. Asgo with an 8 is unable to determine the nature of this arcane spell, whereas Milksteak it understands the nature of these things and seems to notice that it's not the same as the previous short-range teleportation that had smoke. This seems like a turning of a 3D object that then disappears and is no longer 3D. Like, he almost turned in space. That's the only way you can describe it. And Smorgasbord needs to make a death saving throw. So just roll a d20 for me with nothing. Okay, with a 6, that's 1 failed death saving throw. So if you have 3 failed death saving throws, then you die. But we're out of combat now, so you can help him if you want.
Yeah, I'll cast a Cure of Wounds.
Okay, you have 5 hit points and you come back to life. No longer doing death saving throws, and you're on the ground cold and lightly dead, but alive now. And you see the children. Sorry, what was that?
How do I come out? Oh, do I click in and press 5 healing then?
Yeah, exactly. The children come running over to you and say, well, they come running over to Milksteak and Smorgasbord, whereas one stays with Asger, holding on to Asger's ropes, being like, thank you. I can't believe you got him to run away. We were gonna... You should have gone inside. We had all this stuff. We prepared for months to try and escape, and we found this house, and there's this place nearby this house that all this stuff just appears every few weeks or every few days, and we had so many traps. They were traps for him. And that is where we're gonna end the session.
We spent an hour ago. We could have just gone in that house, and we would have avoided all that.
So funny.
I like that. That was good.
Or if we would have snuck in before the kids and just set off all the traps, that would have been great as well.
Yeah. That's
I feel
true.
like
Yeah.
under the circumstances, we did fairly well because we didn't die.
Well, I died, but yeah.
It was very impressive.
I died a bit.
A bit.
Just for a little bit. Yeah. I really enjoyed all the Panthers. I really enjoyed that.
That was really funny. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.